Here's something new. 2022 Toyota Corolla Cross. All new for 2022. Toyota is getting aggressive with the Corolla, trying to fill in that lower end size on the SUV market. This is the first one here at the dealership. 2022 Corolla Cross LE edition. So there's 3 trim levels: L, LE, and XLE. And this is the LE. We're going to dive in and check it out and see what makes the Corolla Cross the right vehicle for many people. So let's dive in up front. Now this is the LE edition, so some of the features are unique for LE versus the L edition. So let's start up with the grille. So this is a mesh grille up front, and it's a solid mesh grille, so it does not go through into the engine. Actually, there's a panel behind here, but behind the large Toyota badge right there is where we've got our dynamic radar cruise control sensors. Above the mesh grille, there's a gloss, kind of a charcoal gray and black trim around the front of it. LE edition does have the matte black finish on the lower bumper, scratch and dent resistant. It's pretty cool. They've got the new Corolla Cross icon in the middle of the license plate. A couple other places on the vehicle I've found it, so kind of have to search around to find it. LE edition does not come standard with fog lights. That's something that you could add to here. L edition also does not come standard with fog lights, so if that's something you'd like to have on it, let us order it the way you want. So we've got LED headlights. They're projector style headlights, LED daytime running lights on here, crystal clear lenses, and there's some chrome trim on the inside of these lenses. It looks super nice on there. As we go around the vehicle, you're going to see some body lines that really set this apart from, say, the RAV4. Now, people have already asked me, where does this fit in the Toyota lineup, especially the crossover stuff. So, for example, the Toyota RAV4 and the Toyota CHR. So this is smaller than a RAV4, does still seat 5 passengers, and it's bigger than the CHR, particularly in the back area of the vehicle. Much more headroom in the back seat than a CHR, much more cargo room, but not quite, I wouldn't say as sporty as a CHR. So it comes right in the middle of those 2 units. Now this one, the way it's equipped, comes in a little under $29,000. So there's some extra features on here, some upgrades. We'll talk about those as we go through. But standard on the LE are the 17-inch cast aluminum wheels with the Continental tires. And those are an all-season tire. We have 4-wheel disc brakes, anti-lock brakes, and traction control. Well, by the way, this is an all-wheel drive. They also make it in a front-wheel drive. And then they've got the over-the-wheel moldings here, and then running all the way down the body side panels as well to protect the lower portion of it. So it can do some light off-road driving, maybe out to the park for a picnic or a birthday party or something like that. Now, also the lines on here, you'll notice there's a line that goes all the way here and then jets back that way. Almost looks like an arrow pointing back to the back of the car. Part of the styling cues on here. And you'll see a similar body style right here, or accent line going right here up and around the back. So kind of an interesting effect, definitely for style. Might add some wind resistance value, but largely for style, I'm sure. And then there's a body line that goes across the doors as well. Now this one does have the factory installed body side molding. That is an extra charge on this particular one, but I think it's something worth having. Now your outside mirrors on the LE edition do have the chrome trim in here, and also the turn signals are in here. The color on this one is Celestite, and then these mirrors do fold in like all Toyotas, well, almost all Toyotas, and then they also do break away. Now you'll notice they're quite large too, so they're going to give you plenty of visibility. We've got blind spot monitoring built into the mirrors. Also, they're heated mirrors, and then these mirrors are also power operated or actuated, if you will. Matte black finish all the way around the trim on the doors and the windows, as well as your C-pillar. The back windows do have privacy glass on them, including the tailgate. And then the LE edition does come with the roof rail system up here, where you can get some attachments for boats or kayaks or bicycles or what have you. Gas doors right here on the driver's side. I like the way that they tied in this extra body molding here onto the side, so you can see that's going to protect the door panel, and it's certainly easier to replace this protective plastic, if you will, than fix a dent in a door. A couple places on the Corolla Cross where they've added the name Corolla Cross. One of them's right up here. Corolla Cross is embossed in this panel, and then it's also, hopefully you can see this on camera, it's also embossed in this lens right here, and then it also says Cross up in the front lens as well. Now as we swing around to the back, notice we've got the shark fin antenna up top, colored to match high mounted spoiler. We have rear washer and wiper, rear window defrost, and your third brake light's inside the glass here. I don't think you can see it, but it is an LED third brake light. I like it inside the glass. It gives it a nice clean look out the back. You don't have some big light up on the tailgate or something like that. We've got LED tail lights, chrome Toyota badging, chrome Corolla Cross badging, and chrome LE all-wheel drive badging as well. Also, we do have the backup camera right here. The hatch is not power, but it does have the power release, and there's lights up under there to light up your license plate. We'll dive in the trunk here in just a second. Notice we've got that ABS plastic here, which is again scratch and dent resistant, and then the lower fascia is colored to match. These outside items here, they're not lights, those are reflectors. And then it does have a single exhaust tailpipe coming out the back with no treatment on that tailpipe, so it's just your regular exhaust coming out the back. It does have independent rear suspension, and you'll also notice there's coil springs up under there, so it is durable and it does provide a nice smooth ride. I've only driven this a little bit, but I was impressed with the ride. Let's head up front. I want to see if I can point out that cross in the headlights up here. So I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you probably can't, but it says Corolla Cross right here. Of course, you can stop by the dealership and take a look. And then up here in the windshield, there's another Corolla Cross icon, similar to what we saw in the front license plate. So let's go ahead and pop the hood. So under the hood on the Corolla Cross, the engine is the larger of the Corolla engines. So this is going to come standard here on the LE with the 2-liter 4-cylinder gasoline engine. That's a 16-valve engine, a really great engine, very reliable. It's connected to a CVT automatic transmission. And of course, this is the all-wheel drive edition. So the engine transmission get together and put out 169 horsepower. We've got electronic power steering on here, a really great warranty. So the engine, transmission, and the all-wheel drive systems covered by a 5-year, 60,000-mile warranty. The vehicle itself has a 3-year, 36,000-mile limited warranty. And then every Toyota, including the Corolla Cross, does come with Toyota Care. Toyota Care covers your basic maintenance, so you're going to get your oil changes, your fluid top-offs, anything that Toyota recommends for the first 2 years of $25,000, including your tire rotations. Toyota's going to take care of that at no additional charge, and truly that's going to save you hundreds of dollars over the first 2 years of operation. Also, the warranty on the vehicle itself, 3-year, 36,000-mile limited warranty designed to cover manufacturer defects. Behind the wheel on the Corolla Cross, I think just about everything is identical to a Corolla sedan. So if you like the sedan look and feel, you're going to really like this one. So leather wrap steering wheel on the LE edition. I think that's kind of interesting. Brushed aluminum trim here, driver's side airbag, chrome Toyota badge. On the left-hand side here are the fingertip controls for your information center, which is going to be right up here, just like on a Corolla. Bluetooth connectivity and voice activation for your smartphone, and then you can change the volume on your sound system there as well. Over on this side, we've got the fingertip cruise control, dynamic radar cruise control settings, lane departure, and your sound system, change stations and modes and that type of thing are there. And then up here, front washer and wiper, which of course on a Corolla you don't have the rear wiper, but here you do with the washer wiper setup. And then over on this side are the headlights, and we do have automatic headlights, so they can be set to go on and off by themselves, and also daytime running lights. Take a look at the gauge cluster. This is, as I said, is almost identical to a Corolla. So on the left-hand side is the tach and the temperature. Down the center, surrounded by that silver trim, is the speedometer and the fuel gauge. And it's a white on black backlit display with mechanical needles. We'll start it up here in just a second. This is the LE edition, so to start it, we have the push-button start system here. So you want to have your foot on the brake. Of course, you do get the smart keyless entry system, so you don't have to take your hand out of your pocket to get in the car or to even start it, as long as you have it on your person. So foot on the brake, and we'll take a look at the display as it fires up here. So there's a bit of an animation there, and then in the information center, outside temperature, clock, of course. Let me go ahead and toggle through there. There's a digital speedometer. Here's your fuel calculator. You can also switch on and off different features in terms of the safety sense, trip computer. There's your lane tracing assist. If you don't like it to take care of that, it can. Pre-collision, blind spot monitoring, and also rear cross traffic alert. And then we also have the road sign assist, so it actually reads road signs and it will display up on the cluster here when there's a speed limit or a yield, that type of thing. So it reads the road signs. That's all done up through these sensors up here behind the mirror. So really great safety features. The Corolla has all of the top of line safety features that Toyota offers. Even in the top of the line models, Corolla has all of that. So here's our touch screen here. It's kind of a tablet style. It sits straight up within the dashboard. I have to say, so this is at about my eye level. It really doesn't obstruct view out the front window at all. But it's super easy to read. Another clock, of course, because why don't you need more than one clock in a car? Audio system, standard AM/FM, Sirius satellite radio is also a feature on here. You do get 3 months of that premium subscription, but then it's a subscription base, so you pay monthly to continue that. Bluetooth connectivity, of course, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Alexa compatible. Take a look at our heating and air conditioning system. So we have automatic temperature control right here. However, on the LE, it only controls the driver's side, so one size fits all. On the XLE, you're going to get the dual climate control. We do have front window defrost, rear window defrost, which also turns on your outside mirrors to get the ice and snow off of those. Trust me, that's handy in Wisconsin. We're in November now. We're going to be using that quite a bit. So let me go ahead and just set that up in the auto mode. And then we do have an eco and a for heat and cool. So what that does is it obviously designed to help you get more fuel economy. You can actually use this switch right here to turn off the air, heat and air over to the passenger side. If you don't have passengers, you can shut that down, and that'll save you a little bit of fuel economy as well. Down here, this is a little bit different. This whole area is a little bit different than the Corolla. This reminds me of the Venza. The Venza has these panels here, so it's not open on the side. So that's different. Also, the LE edition here does have wireless charging down in here as well. Let me move this out of the way so you can see down in there. So there's wireless charging for your smartphone. You can just drop it in there and away you go. There's also a USB port here, and then these are dummy blank spots where you can add other features if you want, maybe heated seats or something like that you could put in there. And then the center console itself is just like a Corolla, so black trim here, silver, traction control. It does have electronic engine start on here, which the Corolla does not, unless I forgot that, but I don't think it does. So this allows you to set up the engine so that it turns off at stoplights and then it automatically starts up. Again, an idea that hopefully will save you fuel. CVT automatic transmission. I wanted to show you the backup camera on this as well. I'm surprised on here, but we don't have dynamic path projection, so those lines don't adjust as I steer the vehicle. I thought that's kind of interesting that they didn't do that. We have an electronic parking brake, we have parking brake hold, and then dual or 2 cup holders down here in the center as well. Take a look at the overhead. We've got, this is an extra cost, this is the frameless mirror setup, and it does have your home link on here as well, so if you want to set up your garage door opener, you're going to be able to do that right there. But this cost extra. I believe it's $175 extra. Overhead lighting up here. This is different than the Corolla. Probably one of the very few things I found in here that is different than the Corolla. I'll show you what I mean. There's a LED light here. I don't think you're going to be able to see it all that much. Let me give it a try. So if I go ahead and turn that on, yeah, so you can see it. So it's brighter here, and then it's kind of faded, and then it's brighter over here, and that's for turning on your lights. And if you just click here, it only lights up one side. So that is different than the Corolla. Safety Connect is here as well underneath the switch, and then we also have warning lights for our airbags and such are there as well. As far as your visors go, both sides have lighted vanity mirrors, and both sides also have visor extensions. This is a vinyl visor, and we do on the LE, we have the cloth headliner. Passenger assist grip up there. Quick look at the door, driver's passenger door. So this is vinyl. I don't think it's fabric. I don't know for sure what that is, but it doesn't look like it's actually stitched like other Toyota models are. Here's your glove box. Nice size glove box. It doesn't lock. There's no key lock for it. Owner's manuals are in there as well. And then let's take a look at the armrest. So on the LE, this is a cloth armrest, and I would just want to show you underneath. It's fairly small. I mean, there's not a lot of room in there, but there is a 12-volt outlet there as well. So just a, you know, small enough to throw some odds and ends, but it's would have been nice to see it come out further, in my opinion. But that's a personal preference, I guess. Here's a look at the driver's compartment from the back seat, give you an idea on how much room there is up there. Good visibility out of the back seat. It does sit up a little bit higher, kind of a theater style seating, so I can see out the front really nicely. There's a pocket on the back of the passenger seat. There's no pocket on the back of the driver's seat. Here's your legroom, knee room and legroom. It sits up higher, and I do have the seat all the way back, so that's one of the reasons they created this. Was the CHR has very little room in the back seat legroom. This has actually quite a bit. This one over here is all the way back as well, so you can see there's good legroom back here. These seats are long in the thigh, so they come all the way out to the edge of my knee. Same fabric we saw up front. Child safety seat anchors down here. There are 3 seat belts in the back seat. Passenger assist grip, dry cleaning hooks, overhead lighting here. This is looks like maybe an LED bulb up here, but there's no armrest that folds down back here. Kind of surprised by that. Maybe it's on the XLE. I haven't seen one, so I don't know for sure. There are cup holders in the doors right here, pockets, power windows back here. This is all vinyl on the doors. but pretty comfortable, good visibility out of the back seat. Definitely more room back here than in the CHR. So nice big opening on the Corolla Cross in the back with the hatch. This is not a power hatch though. Take a look. We've got 60/40 fold down seats, so you can run your gear up through there. Seats are pretty easy to fold down. It's possible from back here, but there's no release on the side, so you really kind of have to go up front here in order to drop these seats down. But they do drop down nice and flat. Gives you a ton of cargo room. Not as much as the RAV4, but more than a CHR, so plenty of room in there. There's tie-down hooks at all four corners. You can get a cargo cover that stretches across, not standard on the LE edition. On both sides in the back, there's these deep cubbies back here, so you can throw stuff in there and hopefully it won't roll around. Again, tie-down hooks here. And then underneath here is where we find our temporary spare tire. Now remember, the wheels on the ground are 17-inch wheels, so we needed a big 17-inch temporary spare tire, and your jack is up in there as well, and there's little storage cubbies here as well, so nice places to throw some odds and ends across the back. But nothing overly interesting other than it is a full set or a temporary 17-inch wheel, so it looks pretty large inside the back there. But other than that, pretty standard back. Nice room in here though, I gotta say. Cargo room should be pretty darn good for most folks. Now this particular customer did opt, or this vehicle we did order with both sets of floor mats. So we've got the all-weather floor mats which say Corolla Cross on there, and then we also have the cloth or the carpeted floor mats, and that's what's in this packet right here as well. So those are an extra cost, $249 for the all-weather and $249 for the carpeted mats. So there you go. That's a quick look at our very first Toyota Corolla Cross for 2022. This is an all-new vehicle for Toyota, coming in that small compact crossover slash SUV segment, built on the platform, the TNGA platform, a lot like a Corolla sedan, but all the great features in a crossover. And this one really is a nice unit. This is an LE. It's available for test drives. It's a demo here at the dealership, so feel free to give us a call or stop by and check it out. Hey, if you like the video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. This is Tony here at Smart Toyota. Thanks for watching.